Cześć kochane, jestem Janina Heiss, and you are watching Suhai Sluts. Today we are on our second episode, and I will be reviewing Parada Serc, otherwise known as The Heart Parade in English, so let's get into it. This is a cute rom-com on Netflix. It is about a woman who moves from Warsaw to Krakow for a short time, answers an ad in the paper, and ends up moving in with a man and his son. I love her jacket. I love her jacket. And it looks very familiar to me. There is a fantastic, beautiful, well made, eco friendly fashion brand in Poland called Elementy. So we're in the beginning of the show, and Homegirl is at her job and she's expecting this promotion. And she doesn't get the promotion because somehow it's her fault that her boss's dog got sick. Whatever, she gets fired immediately. Then on her way out, she sees her extremely mid boyfriend cheating on her and telling her, like, you got fired, bitch, not me. You're on your own. What a fucking surprise. Like, bro, you are fucking nothing special. No one's writing home about you. Of course you're fucking cheating on her with her coworker. Bleh. So she moves to Krakow. Don't know why. Like, I'm still unclear on why she had to move there to get her job back with her boss. It doesn't explain it too well, in my opinion, or maybe it's just because I don't speak Polish. But whatever. She moves to Krakow, moves in with this guy. Who knows for how long? He has a kid, and his kid is the one that put the ad out for looking for a roommate, which this kid can't be more than like 10 years old max. Like, he's little, but I think he's supposed to be around like 9, 10. And the dad is just so chill that the kid put this ad out. I mean, yes, a beautiful woman showed up. So the dad's probably like, fuck yeah, this is great. Thanks, son. A side note, I've been visiting Poland since I was 15. So some things I've gotten used to within the Polish culture, and I just don't notice them anymore when I come visit. But my boyfriend came with me to Poland for the first time a few years ago, and he was like, why do we eat sandwiches for breakfast? And I was like, what do you mean a sandwich? And he was like, Janie, we have bread, we have meat, we have cheese, we have sauce. It's like an open sandwich. And I was like, holy shit, we eat sandwiches in Poland for breakfast, and they're so good. I will try to recreate it here. I'll go get bread, I'll go get meats and cheese, and it's just not the same. Anyway, enough talking about breakfast. So she leaves Warsaw, she goes to Krakow. And the one thing that I noticed immediately when they were filming it is the depiction of Warsaw versus Krakow. And Warsaw is very gray and gloomy and cold. And then she gets to Krakow, and it's like these beautiful buildings, and they're colorful, and the sun is shining. And when while I'm watching it, I was like, this is really strange that they would show Warsaw like this while she's going into Krakow. And as the movie went on, I was like, okay, well, this is why they did it, because throughout the film, they show a huge comparison in between Warsaw and Krakow, almost as competitors. And I actually started going to Krakow first. My stepmom is from there. And so I spent most of my time there. But as my friends got older, they went to university, and everyone ended up moving to Warsaw. And so I did spend some time in my adult life in Warsaw as well. And personally, I think they're both beautiful. I think there's a lot of history to be seen in both of them. There's a lot of beauty to be seen in both of them. But in Warsaw, historically speaking, it was leveled. It got built back up during a communist era, and there were a lot of neon lights. And there's this really cool museum. I actually have a postcard from the museum right here. It's called the Neon Museum, and it is in Warsaw. It's really, really cool. They have a lot of the old light fixtures from the 50s and 60s, and it's a really cool experience. If you haven't been to this museum, I highly recommend it. And then you have Krakow, which is, just so beautiful in itself. I have a very special love for the city. It is the first foreign city I had ever been to in my whole life. I'm from a very small town in America, and so leaving here at a young age and that being the first city that I got to explore, was just absolutely magical. It truly is such a beautiful city with the cobblestone, the buildings, the cathedrals. Like there's so much history, and it was unlike anything I had ever seen. And it is, I would say, probably my favorite city in the world. I consider it my second home because I love it so, so, so much. Going back to the film, they do show this huge comparison between the two. And I just want to know if it's really like that. Like, is there a little bit of hatred or jealousy or animosity between the people of the two cities?
That's all.
And so now she's living with this man and his son, and the trust that he has to let this stranger into his home and be like, all right, I'm going to go run errands. You hang out by yourself. But whatever. She's at home by herself, and she's taken it upon herself to rummage through his house, go in rooms that she shouldn't be going in. And not only is she overstepping her boundaries and being invasive by just looking around in general, but this bitch is taking photos and videos of things in this man's house, specifically in his art room, which I'm pretty sure he's like, don't fucking go in there. And she said, okay. And then she went in there. And now I'm going to be a hater and talk some shit about one character in this movie. The downstairs neighbor is already like so annoying. And I know she's supposed to be like, that's her character. She's annoying, she's invasive. Um, but why does she have dreadlocks? Like, why? And now we're towards the end, and he gets mad at her because he thinks that she's been sneaking around to be a bad person, blah, 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 blah. She goes back to Warsaw. She gets her job back. Yay for her. Her shitty ex boyfriend gets fired. Yay for her again. And then, of course, it has a cute ending. She comes back. She's like, hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Blah, blah, blah. Smoochy, smoochy. The end. It's a cute ending. I don't know if I would ever watch this movie again, but I think if you need like a little background noise, if you want to watch something lighthearted that is an easy watch and makes you feel good, this is a good movie for that. Now, don't forget to subscribe and hit your notifications so you can be aware whenever I post a new video with a review. I'm doing it every Tuesday and Thursday. You won't want to miss them. If you want to see what I'm going to be reviewing in the upcoming months, head on over to my Instagram, head on over to my TikTok because I do post them there under Suhai Sluts, of course. And as always, kohamche suki, I cannot wait to see you next week.